Page 33 from Hopak. I don't really know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's my attempt at it, so there. Let's look this over. We got staccatos and accents and things going on in the articulation, but I'll talk about that when I get to the articulation. Look it over. 3 lines long, treble and bass clef, 1 sharp in the key signature. We're in the key of G major. Common time, a 4/4 time. Let's take it one hand at a time and make sure we understand what's going on with the fingering and the rhythm and all, because we're moving around a little bit. Right hand, you're starting here. Finally, they're not giving you so many finger numbers. Finally. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Not so much for the first line. The second line, we're up here. 1 and 2. Do that again. Now, they want 4th finger here for the last 2 measures here for the second line. I don't really want to go from a 2 to a 4 if I can help it. That's awkward. It's dangerous. You might have to sometimes, but it's not. So I think to prepare for this, instead of a 2, I'm going to use a thumb on the half note. So it's here. Just scratch up and use thumb. This way I can cross over if I want. I'm ready for the 4. I mean, you can still lift up and come down, but you can cross over a little bit so you're not coming as far. And we have to learn to come over the 4th eventually anyway. You don't want to twist around and do it. Just relax. The thumb moves. It moves quite a ways with practice. And you just reach up. So I'm going to use thumb on that half note. So I'm here. And then the last measure, you just come up here. Okay. Left hand, well, it's a G and a D. And that's about it. To the second line, second measure, you get the oh boy. And then the last 2 measures of the second line, well, you come down to an F sharp now. Oh, goody. When you're doing the F sharp, you can, if you would like, when you get to the half note, G, you can use 4th finger. That way you're saving a little finger for the F sharp because you keep getting it. Yeah, go ahead. And that's better to do that than it is to use a little finger on both. So I'm recommending 4th finger for the last measure of the second line, and the second measure of the last line, and the 4th measure of the last line. Use the 4th finger on those for the G. So put the hands together and we're here. See? Second line, you're up here. Here. The idea, and I connect everything at first. That's what I'm doing here. And then once I have the notes and the rhythms figured out, and I'm not hesitating anywhere, everything's under control. Yeah. Then I'll add the articulation, the staccatos. I'm going to hinge at the wrist and short. Note, you get that little tenuto line over it. They call it a sostenuto line. I call it a tenuto line. You call it anything you want. The point is you hang on to that. Hang on. Don't cut it short. And then come up. You got accents here in second line. First accent, a little louder. Hang on to those. Last measure of the second line is lift up. You put in the articulation. Last measure, staccatos, and they give you accents and a sforzando. No, the sforzando is the loudest accent there is on piano. For other instruments, it can mean something different, but for piano, it's just a really loud accent. I don't need an accent sign and a sforzando on the same note. So here, just loud. And it claps the wrist when you do this. Don't pound on it, just loud. And come off because it's staccato. And then the dynamics, well, MF, mezzo forte, it's going to be for the melody of the right hand. do you think that is? These chords need to be soft. And they get louder. And this forzando, you don't need accents. Just play it very loud. Both hands. And this is loud. Now all of a sudden you come down to moderately soft in the right hand and very soft in the left. Come up. You can up to about a moderately loud there in the last measure, second line. Moderately soft, moderately loud here, and then go back down. You're going up to loud there at the end. And it's super loud at there. That's sort of the dynamics. So again, you got to know it well enough you can feel this stuff. The dynamics and the articulation and all. Get into the music. Allegro is quick. Yeah. But it has to be accurate. So what can you do accurately? Don't go quicker than that. No slow down or nothing, it just keeps going until it runs out of notes. Let's play this very slowly and double check the notes and rhythms. I'm not going to do the dynamics. I'm going to do the staccatos. I'll try and do some of the accents and the tenuto and all. I'm going to do this forzando because that's a very loud accent and that's it. So I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go. 4. 3, 4. And 2. 3, 4. And 2. 4. Rest.